push and pull view of the supply chain by Mobeen Ajmal. A supply chain is a sequence of processes and flows that take place within and between different stages and combine to fill a customer's need for a product. There are two ways to view the processes performed in a supply chain: the cycle view and the push and pull view. Cycle view. The processes in a supply chain are divided into a series of cycles, each performed at the interface between two successive stages of a supply chain. Push-pull view. The processes in a supply chain are divided into two categories, depending on whether they are executed in response to a customer order or in anticipation of customer orders. Pull processes are initiated by a customer order, whereas push processes are initiated and performed in anticipation of customer orders. All processes in a supply chain fall into one of two categories depending on the timing of their execution relative to end customer demand. With pull processes, execution is initiated in response to a customer order. With push processes, execution is initiated in anticipation of customer orders based on a forecast. Pull processes may also be referred to as reactive processes because they react to customer demand. Push processes may also be referred to as speculative processes because they respond to speculated or forecasted rather than actual demand. Push processes operate in an uncertain environment because customer demand is not yet known. Pull processes operate in an environment in which customer demand is known. They are, however, often constrained by inventory and capacity decisions that were made in the push phase. All processes that are part of the customer order cycle are thus pull processes. Order fulfillment takes place from product in inventory that is built up in anticipation of customer orders. The goal of the replenishment cycle is to ensure product availability when a customer order arrives. All processes in the replenishment cycle are performed in anticipation of demand and are thus push processes. The same holds true for processes in the manufacturing and procurement cycles. In summary, a push-pull view of the supply chain categorizes processes based on whether they are initiated in response to a customer order, pull, or in anticipation of a customer order, push. This view is useful when considering strategic decisions relating to supply chain design. In the textile sector, a push view of the supply chain might involve a manufacturer producing large quantities of fabric without specific customer orders, based on their own forecasts and expectations of demand. The fabric is then pushed through the supply chain to wholesalers and retailers, who will then try to sell it to customers. On the other hand, a pull view of the supply chain might involve a manufacturer producing fabric in response to specific customer orders. In this case, the manufacturer would only produce fabric once they have received an order from a customer, effectively pulling the fabric through the supply chain. This approach is often used in made-to-order or just-in-time production scenarios.